Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this first edition of the ANP. See, I can't even say it. The ANP Network Broadcasting interview section. Today we're going to be interviewing none other than the local man, Jake Mangan himself. Say hi, Howard.
Hi, my name's Jake. I'm an alcoholic. I started when I was 6 years old when my father first handed me a beer because he thought it was a baby bottle. He's got a lot of eyesight problems, but you know we've been doing good ever since. Which camera's mine? Oh, it's the one pointing towards me. Hi, how's it going? Hey, you look single. Let's go. Get you.
How has that affected your attitude towards filmmaking?
I'm dropping out of college. I'm becoming an ice cream vendor. Oh wait, that's what we're. My attitude's been fantastic. I'm still going to film school and I'm still working on movies.
So you, like everyone behind the scenes, is going to be working at McDonald's for the rest of their life.
Well, I work for the state. I get paid to just exist.
You work for the state?
Yeah.
So you like sucking money out of people's pocket?
What else am I going to stock?
Cock. The next thing I'm going to ask you, and this is somewhat of a serious question.
Okay.
What was the thing that made you go, hey, I'd like to make movies?
Making comics is really hard.
Could you elaborate on that?
Okay. I like telling stories. I like writing. When I was a kid, even before I knew how to write because I was a test tube baby, I used to draw and I used to come up with stories. It got to the point where my mom would actually write for me, and I would just tell her what to say, and I would just draw all the pictures. Eventually, I started just writing comics, and they were mostly in my notepads. And what got me into movies was the behind-the-scenes footage on the Indiana Jones trilogy, seeing Steven Spielberg and George Lucas talking with Harrison Ford, and they're talking to the camera like we're doing. Oh, hey, how's it going? And they were talking about the movie-making process, the story behind movies, all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and I was like, that's really cool. I want to do that. And I was in middle school, and I was doing all my comics, and I was just doodling instead of paying attention to class, because why would I pay attention to school? Like, fuck, don't go to school, kids. So I was like, you know what, comics seem really difficult to make because I don't do drawings well. So I started looking into the film program, and I went to 5 Towns College at the film camp, and that's where I fell in love with making movies.
So you say that you really got inspired by watching the special features on Indiana Jones. Would you say that they are your favorite films?
No.
No.
I do appreciate Indiana Jones, and I do love them. They're not my favorite movies, though.
Then may I ask, what is your favorite movie?
Barney Goes to the Beach. It is a great film, and the cinematography is amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I like movies. I'm a liar. I don't like movies.
So then why don't you like movies?
I don't know. A lot of movies that have been coming out have been fucking disappointing.
Jake?
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of movie?
I like science fiction. Anything that does not take place on this fucking planet.
What kind of science fiction? Like dark science fiction, or like hardcore science fiction, or light science fiction?
I never actually
science fantasy.
I never actually considered what my favorite type of science fiction is. Anything that takes place in space on other planets where you meet aliens and just experience technology.
I guess a better form of a question is: are you more of a Star Trek guy or a Star Wars guy?
That's actually I haven't really picked a side. I've actually gone
because those are two very clear versions of sci-fi.
I do like both, and it's hard to say. I have been going back and like getting more critical with Star Wars. My views have been consistent on Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I like Star Wars. Star Trek is more just like the lighthearted fun, and Star Wars is the more lighthearted fun, and Star Trek is the more like philosophical, like asking questions. And I'm a philosophical guy. I'm a narcissistic douchebag.
So Jake.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm existing.
You're existing?
I'm always existing.
Well, what define existing, Jake?
Basically, existing is you are forced to experience the universe, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's rather difficult to prove that things actually exist because you can always disprove it by saying that it could be all just a figment of your imagination and your subconscious, like you're in a coma and it's just your mind is creating this world. Like it gets to a point. Like the way I see it, because I'm a masochist, the only real evidence we have is pain. Because in your dreams, you full-heartedly believe everything that you're seeing, and even though like crazy stuff is happening, you can always just accept it. But there's always the one thing for me is you do not feel pain in dreams, and I always feel pain in real life. So that's why I like pain. It reminds me that I'm alive.
So that made you fascinated with pain. Is that why you made Static?
Kind of. That was more of an emotional pain, because physical pain is always something I'm used to. Emotional pain is always something that I have had trouble with. And that's one of the things that have caused me to bury my emotions, which has always led me into more problems. But I figured, since I want, at this point in my time...
I guess I should also ask to kind of follow up, not to interrupt you, but...
Yeah.
Do you express that kind of pain within your films? Like, do you see the films as a sort of outlet to express that?
Yeah, Static was a form of outlet for just an emotional pain I was going through, and like a lot of my films are about like how I'm feeling. Like the film that followed Static, Watermelon.
I was gonna ask what do you think of Watermelon?
Watermelon is my favorite movie that I've made, and it took 2 days to shoot, and it was a funny script. Basically, the script is just the narrator talking about what it would be like if the watermelon was given a conscious, and it asks the question, what is consciousness? And the great part about it is people have come up to me and asked me about so many things about the movie, and like they've seen things in the movie that have inspired them, and just see all these profound things. They asked me like, what is your take on it? What was your thought process? And I was like, it was a joke script. I was sitting in Rizzuto screenwriting class. And you turned to me because you were a little, you had some writer's block, and you were just Jake.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I had like a significant amount of writer's block, and you and I were joking. We're like, let's have an idea of a watermelon. Yeah. Like everything's from the point of view of a watermelon. You turned yours into watermelon, and I turned mine into a fruity gay love story.
Yeah, and our scripts were the anonymous ones, but we were back to back, and someone just screamed out, "Why is the theme of the class talking fruit?" We just decided we have this script, everyone really likes it, let's just shoot it. So
right, you just shot that. And I think with the watermelon, I would have to agree. I think that is your best film. I think it's a mixture of hilarious but yet deep at the same time. Like it makes you think. And to me, the best kind of films.
Yeah,
make you think.
That's why I love playful pretentiousness, because it's fun, but you can also think about it, and you can come up with your own theories.
But do you call yourself pretentious? Like, would you call yourself one of those like artsy fartsy pretentious people?
Here's a way of looking at it, because a narcissist will always just think that he is the greatest thing ever. I went through throughout my years, I've always hated me as a person, but especially with everyone giving me compliments and telling me that I'm good at what I do, I would get a confidence boost, but I would still have that inner hatred for myself. So I would just play along with both sides and just jump back and forth, because your biggest critic in life will always be you, and that's how I always felt. I think I'll have that beer now. Jake's an alcoholic now.
It tastes like garbage. Just like this morning. Takis, take a sip. Cheers. He's chugging it.
Oh my goodness, Jake. All right, Jake, what do you think?
So let's go on this topic of pain.
Of pain.
Now that we have the mics working.
Yeah, because that
Fucking cunt.
It's not me this time.
It's over there.
I'm sorry.
So, but no, you keep, in all seriousness, bringing up this aspect of pain within not only your work but within your own life. Where does that pain come from? Is it something internal? Is it something external that's being brought internal?
Oh, this is gonna get dark. Okay, so.
Oh no, this is interview with the local man.
Welcome to the life of a damaged man. I'm an artist.
Though I will say that hard one that I just drank out of the flask, that tasted like a beer.
I want to taste that.
So anyway,
It's the closest thing. It's a cider.
tastes like piss.
Here,
I want to taste
sip.
piss. Whose is this?
This is mine. It's mine.
Alright, well, you and I.
Have a
talked.
sip.
Pain.
Alright. I don't think we have enough time to talk about pain.
No,
Let's
no,
talk about
no.
no unsaved Jesus Christ.
No, you are not going to get away from that question.
Alright, okay. When I was 2 years old, me and my newborn sister were diagnosed with autism, and for some reason, I just bounced back, and Sammy didn't, and
Bounce back as in.
I count as normal now. She never did. She's still mid to low functioning, and I've always wondered why me. And I'm not a religious man. I don't really believe in anything. There's some days where I consider myself an atheist or an existential nihilist, which is I accept there's nothing and that life is absurd and you should just enjoy it. But I've always wondered the question because I've seen too many coincidences and I've seen too many patterns in my life, and I've always just wondered, is someone fucking with me? I always envisioned an endgame, which was after I become a filmmaker and I come up with a franchise that I built and people love it and people like cherish it, because that's always what I wanted. I've seen when they announced Avengers, not Avengers, it was Captain America Civil War, they had footage from the crowd reacting to it, and it was just, they went nuts, and I fell in love with the idea of just people reacting to something that I've done like that, just something that they really feel that inspires them.
And so, like, you really would like to do that one day.
Yeah, I came up with a series back in high school when I was going through a really dark period. You could say that I was close to being suicidal. And I just kept writing. And
I completely understand where you're coming from.
Writing and coming up with stories is what saved my life and made me aspire to become a storyteller and filmmaker.
I think that's something that most people feel. In different ways, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that most people would feel, and I think that's very common, especially art. Yeah. Art seems, because art, in more ways than like a business owner or something like that, you can express those feelings, or at least try to.
You know what? 15 years old. Henry's Hard Soda. You want to get your 12-year-old drunk as a skunk in that funky monk? Get that sponsorship.
Local Man Productions endorses underage drinking.
Absolutely we do.
Despite the fact that you were, let's face it, we were going into a dark place.
Yeah.
You work on rather silly stuff.
Oh yeah. I like to get away from life as much as possible. That's why I told you I like science fiction. Because it's a form of everything okay, man? Everything okay?
Everything okay?
Everything
We're
okay?
good.
You
Excuse me.
You
Okay.
fucking bitches. What is
You're
wrong?
doing the interview.
If you want to know what's wrong, hello, Tommy. This camera
Yes.
Yeah.
is much better than that camera.
Unless I'm a bit drunk. Alright, continue. So, what was we saying?
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I like putting smiles on people's faces, and that's why I always wanted to be a comedian or just make funny movies. Tim Allen once said that the opposite of tragedy is comedy, and when life feels like a tragedy, then just make a comedy out of it.
Oh, I'd agree with that.
Or he said he did a bunch of drugs and then he ended up in a motel room.
And then like endorsing Donald Trump or
something like that. That was funny. He also looks like my dad. My dad likes Trump, so it's just like, if I ever casted a movie about my parents, Tim Allen, if he got in like bodybuilder shape, he would be my dad. And I was tied between who's the woman from Gravity? Someone who can talk. Who's the woman from Gravity?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. It tossed between Sandra Bullock and someone else with a vagina. I think one of those. Or a penis. I don't judge. We're in that type of movement now.
What's the rest of it?
Oh no, it was all crap. It was all crumpled up in a little tiny thing.
And then you swallowed it.
I did not.
You're a classy broad.
Okay. So tell me about this Criterion collection.
Oh, they all
bullshit.
fucking suck.
What did all these, like, excuse you, what did all of these kind of, like, come from?
Okay, so this was the summer of...
Sam.
Yes. I spit everywhere. So this was during summer where I wanted a job. No, give me another Henry.
There's only one left.
Fuck it. I'll eat pussy juice. Sure, give it over here.
You know, he's not even
My name's Split Screen, and I drink my time.
Just cut. Oh my God. Just fucking cut. So, because we could fucking answer the question before, where did these movies come from?
So, I went to Five Towns College. How the fuck did you do this?
Twist.
Twist what?
Alright, answer the fucking question!
Okay, so I wanted money.
I want money!
So
Isn't that the answer to life?
I signed up to volunteer for film camp at Five Towns because that's where I went to become a filmmaker. And the great clusterfuck vagina hive of Five Towns College, Jerry Cohen said, I want to pay you. So I went to Illuminati. I went to... It's a vagina. Are your vaginas upside down?
Your crew, I don't pay you to fucking talk.
I worked with Jeff Augustine. Good man. Yeah, so for 3 weeks, he had a group of kids, I had a group of kids, and they all made 2 movies each. The first was a short silent film. The second one was was also a short, but it had sound. And I don't have the silent films. I wish I did, because Glazed Donut made a brilliant silent film about a kid who fell over and wanted to get up. And the entire film is him just doing like, and then the other kid is just like, and then walks away. And he shot it chronologically, shot for shot. So I went back to the same shot angles like 7 times, and I'm like, you do realize we get all the shots in the same location in one take? And he's like, what?
So
that's my impression of the Glazed Donut.
What? So this has to do with your Criterion collection.
Yes, because the Criterion collection of shut the fuck up. The Criterion collection of Five Towns.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
So it's basically a parody of The Wizard of Oz. Someone's being murdered upstairs.
So there's somebody breaking into your house?
Yeah, it's me. So.
Oh shit.
So
Go.
The Wizard of Oz is a parody of. It's a parody of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I thought it was a parody of The Wiz.
Yes,
Michael,
it is.
Yes.
But everyone's a dude, and some of the names have changed, and
including some guy that looks like he dyes his hair red,
Yeah.
even though he's just a
he's just a ginger, so fuck him. So anyway, so he played.
Go ahead.
So the production of that film was fucking fantastic because we were shooting it all scene for scene, and also there was the one kid who was playing the warlock, the evil warlock. He didn't want, I don't know why he was there. He didn't really want to participate in anything. He would just run around and I would just film him. There was one point we were getting the shot of the Tin Man. Shut the fuck up. We were getting a shot of the Tin Man, Dorotho, and
Dorotho?
Dorotho. He said
Oh,
Dorothy.
that said Dorothy? Yeah, okay.
What you said, old guys. So Dorotho, the Scarecrow, played by the great Glazed Donut. And there's a point where we got the shots. I'm like, okay, let's get the shot of the Warlock. I turn around. He's on the fucking light post, climbed up all the way. I don't know how he got up there. So I was like, all right, just get the shot. So I had to deal with that. He was also climbing trees. And then also,
You weren't the director, though. You were
I didn't
kind of like
direct any
a
of these.
supervisor. Yeah, so
I was the supervisor.
you were the supervisor. You were the bastard producer, as Ken Kelly would put it,
Yeah.
that tells you what you can and can't do.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that make you feel?
It feels like I enabled like a toxic relationship
Like,
between these children and the atrocities they've created.
were they a part of the Armenian genocide?
I wish they were. Some of these kids decided to go to 5 towns, one of them being the Glazed Donut.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring you Wizard of Wands.
It's a film. I'm in it. I'm the Wizard of Wands.
Just cut the fucking camera.
I'm gay now.
Cut the camera.
No, I'm joking. I'm totally fine. I'm just fucking being stupid.
Okay, now I'm cutting.
Yeah.
The serious question is,
Do you like
if you're
feeling
straight
everything
but
in?
you get a sex change, are you then gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because
You get a
physically and
sex
emotionally you are a
Female then? Or
whatever
gay?
gender you wanted to be.
Yes.
Delete
He
the
was just
footage.
joking.
Delete all the footage. No, just delete this take.
Guys, he was just joking.
Jim, stop
Jim,
screwing. Shut the fuck up.
You're screwing with the framing. God.
Day of Awakening. Talk about that, Jake.
I'm the director. No. That was a movie. So anyway, yeah, so Day of Awakening was a film by the man who played the lion in The Wizard of Wands. His film,
Oh, Sean.
Sean. Yes, it was Sean.
Sean O'Brien.
This
So-
is mine.
Fuck you. Give it the thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. This is
So-
what I wanted.
So his movie was basically 2 people, they wake up, and all of a sudden, all of humanity is gone. And I play the villain. The problem with making the movies is I had too much creative control because the Glazed Donut was in it, and his acting was terrible, and we were watching a compilation of The Room, so I told him, constantly look at the camera. To the point where Sean didn't have an ending, so I pitched the ending that the entire set just breaks down and they call cut and they reveal it's a movie. It doesn't work. It's terrible. But you know what? It was a fun watch.
I could. So,
Kids.
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Day of Awakening. Cut.
Oh jeez.
What, did you shit yourself?
Jake!
Yes.
Hi! It's almost been like we haven't seen each other for a week.
It says it's 65 degrees in Santa Clara.
The promotion.
Yes.
The promotion is film number 3 in your Criterion collection.
Absolutely.
Why the promotion?
You know, there's a funny thing about the promotion. It's actually...
Shut the fuck up!
Guys! Oh my god.
I don't care how sexy that Lego Brian Masuti is. Put him down right now. He's just a baby.
It's a film that I had the most input on, and I feel like it's because of that the movie turned out the best. It was the movie I concentrated most on cinematography on,
Yeah.
and I helped the kid edit. That kid, I don't remember his name. He was from Washington. And
He's not the ginger.
He's not the ginger. He was the stoner. He was constantly smiling like the fucking like he was gonna rape me or something. But you know what? I would have let him.
Was he gay?
I don't know. All I know is the movie he came up with was actually cool, and I liked it. And fucking what's his name? Gagliardi or whatever his name is. He played the boss. God bless him. He was a good man.
No, it was fun. So you 10 out of 10 recommend it?
10 out of 10 out of 5 out of 3. I give this movie 15 rapples, and I also give this movie 75 rapples, and rapples. So I'm drooling. So this movie was good.
Without further ado, we bring you the promotion. So up next, from Jake Mangan's Criterion Collection, we have part 1 of 2 parts, correct?
I think so.
And it's called The Final Act.
Yes.
Without going into part 2, what exactly is part 1?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't make the movie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
There was this kid. His name was Timothy, and he made.
I love kids.
I love kids too.
I-
I just want to smother them and bury them in my backyard. So Timothy made his movie double the length of what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a 5-page script. He made it 10. Now he had a thing with this other kid. I don't remember his name.
He had a thing with the other kid?
He really liked him. I don't know if it was a gay thing or if it was just like I like you as a friend or
You think
just like.
their pee-pees were touching?
I think they were definitely scissoring. I think the JJs were definitely touching the pananes. And you know what? I'm okay with that. They were age of consent. So Timothy went up to him and was just like, Lauren, so I want to work with you. I'll shoot my first half of the movie and you shoot the second half. And Logan was like, yeah, sure, I'm definitely down with that. And there's always one kid at film camp that just makes a film that needs too many people. So he's bringing in his friends from home, and he was stealing people from my group to go shoot his movie. And
So you guys split up into groups.
yeah, I took 5 kids, and Jeff took 5 kids.
Now, with their parents' permission, correct?
Oh yeah, well, of course. We wouldn't have done it if we had parents. I mean, we would have done it anyway. Like I think the parents paid like that much money just to get rid of their children, and that's what we did. We took them to the backyard and I came over
That
with
is
a
the most
shovel.
logical thing I've ever heard about parents sending their kids to like some sort of art camp.
It's just to get rid of them. Like they just want to screw it home. Dad wants a blowjob and he can't get it because Timmy's
Dad
running around
wants
the
a
house.
blowjob. He's like, Dad's basically like, honey, I want a blowjob. And the wife is like, no, fuck you!
Timmy's home.
I got a canker sore on my tongue! Without further ado, I present The Final Act, Part 1.
I don't even know if that's what the movie's called.
Cut!
Speed.
Roll that camera.
How do I roll this camera?
I got it.
First you turn
That
on.
you just
Holy Christ!
How the fuck did I do that? Where's the camera?
It's right there.
Okay, the red dot.
Is
Got
it recording?
Alright. Is it recording your battery?
Hey, did you turn the fucking mic on?
The battery.
Well, I mean, we're not doing the thing
Alright,
right now, and I just turned it on, so we're good.
My battery's not dead, but
It's recording. Go.
okay.
Go.
That's fine.
Go.
I'll change
Sit
it.
down!
Okay. Someone check that periodically.
I will check it when we're done with this roll. We're already at
Because
30
I have the other
seconds.
battery charging. We can just replace it.
Well, I've had a pot of coffee, and I feel no different. So, Jake, tell us about The Final Act, Part 2.
I didn't shoot that one
You
either.
didn't shoot that one either?
My name is Jake Mangan. You're watching Disney Channel.
Ah shit, I kicked the tripod.
Well, then guess what? We gotta do that again.
Wait.
No, keep rolling.
Oh,
You see the frame, hold on.
I'm feeling. It's like, oh look, it's Deadpool. What up?
Alright, sit down. I'll tell you if you're good. You're good, fam.
I want to start like that. My name is Jake Mangan. You're watching Disney Channel.
Oh my god.
oh no.
Oh my god.
Go.
Shut. Oh, I couldn't do it.
No, that's too much. Next time. Next time on Disney Channel.
Next week on Disney Channel. All right, but Jake,
Yeah.
talk to us about The Final Act, Part 2.
So it's the continuation of the first movie. That the other kid, we're just gonna call him Samantha Can. That was his movie because he didn't come up with a script. Timothy wrote the 10 pages. So
Timothy Dalton, correct?
Timothy Dalton took the first 5. Samantha Can took the second 5. And both,
These were the gay lovers, right?
I assume so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't judge. They could have been straight and it could have just been fucking whatever. Love is love.
I mean, it's a bro job, man.
You're goddamn right. I gotta stop drinking.
I mean, I've given
No,
Jim.
you gotta keep drinking.
I've given Jim like I don't know how many blowjobs now, like 6.
4?
I was thinking 6.
5? Medium? 5?
I did not know.
All the while, I didn't lock eyes with him because I knew if I locked eyes
No,
with him,
that
it'd
shit's
just get
gay.
weird.
If you
Yeah.
lock eyes, that's gay.
That's gay.
But we ain't gay, so it's okay.
But anyways,
Where all these
the
cameras
final-
come from?
Excuse me, the final act part 2, Jake. On topic.
Yes. This kid did not understand anything when it came to editing. I'm also pretty sure he didn't shoot the
So,
film.
did you help him edit?
No.
No.
That was the other guy's job, Jeff Augustine. Yes. So what happened was, we told the kids, edit like this,
What
and
kids?
Shut the fuck up.
you're not in this interview, you fucking hobbit motherfucking cunt.
Start over,
So the kids that we taught to edit, we taught them basic stuff, and then we said if you need to, you can color correct the footage. They heard that if you need to, and what they understood was you have to. So every single shot of this movie was a different fucking color. Some shots were green, some shots were blue, some shots were orange for some reason.
This movie's like an acid trip.
Almost. We fixed it, except for one shot that we totally forgot to fix. So there's just a green frame in the movie for no reason. And sound editing was horrible. At the end, you will hear the billiards. They're playing pool, and the balls going into the sockets sounds like a thunderstorm. Like, it's really bad. They're making out right now. It's like, the sound mixing is terrible. The editing is uninspired. The ending, the fight scene at the end just happens. They spend most of the time running. When they're about to get to the fight, and they're about to fight, and then he goes for the punch, he just tags him and arrests him, because this movie's about cops or something. I wasn't paying attention. The guy, by the way, if you're wondering who Samantha Can is, he is the main detective, and it's in this movie where he has the greatest monologue of all time. He turns to the camera and he goes, "All right, so we're gonna get the perp, we're gonna get him, we're gonna arrest him. Got it? Good. I'm leaving." And he just walks away. It's a static shot. Nothing else is happening. He's just walking off into out of focus, and that's the movie. And
Well, I'm certainly excited, and I hope you all are too, watching this back at home. So without further ado, I bring you the final act, part 2, the sweeping conclusion. Cut. Jake.
I'm wearing a fedora now.
Jake. 5 minutes?
Yes.
Is that correct? Why is that on your Criterion collection list?
It is a movie.
Did you get the 4K transfer yet?
It takes 5 minutes. This is on the list because as a film, it works. But as a movie, it sucks. It's boring. Okay, so this movie was made by the shy kid. The kid who was always quiet, he talked in whispers, really skinny, had a lot of somewhat feminine movements. Gagliardi brought me and Jeff into the room when they were all going to lunch. Jeff and I, don't you grammar Nazi me, motherfucker. And he said that he was worried about the kid because he was being like shy and shit and not being productive. He was being productive, like he was writing and like his story was kind of interesting, but he wasn't being like social. And Gagliardi said it was because he thought he was gay. And I was like, okay. So is he gonna fuck me, or are we gonna like have to talk to him about it? His movie is basically, I think it's a true story on a day in class with him, because the main character, actually the second to main character, who is the antagonist in this movie? That's a good question, because your main character has bad intent. Is he the protagonist, or is he the antagonist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
So, the main question is, who is this movie for? And what can they learn from it?
Well, there's only one way to find out, am I right? By watching 5 minutes. Cut.
Oh my god! Okay, I'm rolling. We're good.
Speed. Action.
I'm in the virtual world.
Well, speaking of virtual worlds, that's 1 in a million. what is one in a million like Jake Mangan
Well,
of Local Man Productions?
I killed a person. Woke Man is a funny. Yeah. Okay. So 1 in a Million is a film. How do my eyes look through this?
I can't see your eye. Oh
Look
yeah.
at me. Can't even see you. You look
Where
beautiful.
are you?
I'm right here. Yeah, I can't even see you. It's too
Oh
far.
damn it! There's some funny. Whatever. I thought this would be a joke. Okay. So 1 in a Million. You okay, Adam?
Yeah, it's just getting hot in here.
So
Would you
one-
talk about the fucking movie?
1 in a Million is a film about. I didn't work on this one either. 1 in a Million is a movie. It's this guy. I actually kind of like the beginning. It's just the rest of the movie is trash.
Yeah.
So, the movie is about this guy, and he thinks he's being stalked by this kid, the Timothy kid who made the Final Act Part 1. And it turns out that he is following him, and he's hacking into the TVs and chasing him, and other people are chasing him, and then he goes to sleep in the downbeat, and Jeff wakes him up. And the big reveal, the big motherfucking reveal will change your life. It'll make you question everything. This movie sucks ass.
Well, I'm excited to check it out. So everybody, let's start watching that 1 in a Million.
The kid's name was Eric, and he definitely has a small penis.
I have a waffle. This one's rolling too, I think. Jake, you're gonna reframe me.
No,
You're
it's
not-
fine.
You're not in the front.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up.
I'll get up with you.
Reframing.
Fine.
Who gives a shit about reframing?
Get up.
All right, I'm gonna Oh no.
Sequence_012. What kind of title is that?
It is the title from a man who did not edit his own film. The title of a film made by a child who wrote the script for his film on his BlackBerry in text speech. There are only 2 to 3 shots of this movie that were actually shot professionally. And all those were taking place in the upbeat with Gagliardi on set. Now, the rest of the film was shot in the studio. Gagliardi left, and the kid who was in charge of the movie wasn't there. He decided to leave and go work on Timothy's project. So me and the other 4 kids decided, let's just make a shitty movie with his script. We had the basic idea of what his movie was, and we just went from there. It's all improv. The only scripted part of that entire movie was the scene in the upbeat where he eats buffalo sauce.
Their wounds shine with their gold.
This is my friend Paul. He's treating me well.
Does that have anything to do with the glazed donut?
The glazed donut.
Does that have any?
The glazed donut.
Shut up.
The glazed donut.
Shut up. It's just like really fucking. Ugh! I can't rip it anymore. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore.
Mark, what happened?
I don't know. What happened? Oh, Jake, what happened?
Jake, what happened?
I don't know, but I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Here's what happened. We had one too many.
No, we didn't have one enough.
Thank you.
Stop. I
All
stopped.
Thank you for enjoying the show.
Are you ready for your You ready for
Oh! Sitting down feels so good. Good? Question mark? No. Oh! It's right there. I can't help it. I feel something. So much so that I have to make a sound.
luxury